So translational research to Cytiva is you're a scientist who's cured cancer in a mouse, and now you want to see if you can have the same effect in a human being. Well, like with most things, it starts with Star Wars, right? Even since the first time I saw Return of the Jedi, and Luke Skywalker had that biomechanical hand, just fascinated with human biology. I became interested in how does a medicine or something that you discover get out and become a drug that can actually treat a patient and have some effect on a human condition or a disease.
So part of CCRM's vision is to really help create the manufacturing solutions that get companies through that early startup phase when they can't possibly yet have the capital to do, to equip the kind of lab that we have in Bridge, nor to hire the kind of expertise.
We started back in 2016 with a foundational investment from Cytiva and from the government of Canada. And we built a process development group, a technology maturation group that we call Bridge. And Bridge works side by side with the rest of the CCRM staff.
In my observation, the Bridge Group has never rested on its laurels, right? Continue pushing the envelope. And I think that's quite unique to the site. And as I believe, it really is powered by the collaboration. This constant leading edge, bleeding edge ethic that we have here.
But good science, honestly, is really just table stakes, right? Because there's, just like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to move a scientific, basic discovery drug into the clinic. You really need an invested partner, really sort of a triad between your academic translational centers, your big pharma companies, Pfizer, Novartis, and a tools and reagents provider who's able to kind of build that bridge in order to advance these new biological therapies into the clinic and out of the lab.
And we've developed the workflows linking the equipment that Cytiva manufactures that are used for producing CAR T therapies. We've designed those workflows here in Toronto with CCRM. We've deployed those workflows with customers around the world. There are various pieces in the public media where they are now being used to support clinical trial.
Mm-hmm. And the kind of connectivity that we had to the CCRM's GMP facility right across the hallway, was an exceptional connectivity that we could have between PD and GMP that had crosstalk and flow between GMP and PD to allow teams to really understand what that transition would look like.
All of the process development work that goes on in that lab has the goal and the vision of being technology transferred into a GMP facility. The workflows are not valuable to our customers unless they have that clinical vision in mind.
So that combination has really seen a lot of success in the last few years that can, with the help of our industry collaborators, bring those products from the realization of their concept to the clinic where many patients will, benefit. And, to be a part of that journey is a very proud thing.
Many of my proudest moments were oftentimes outcomes of good luck and good fortune, being at the right place at the right time. So it goes back to the days when I was at the National Cancer Institute, when you make the bag of gene-modified cells and you walk them over to the nurse to infuse. It doesn't get, more real than that. And I think, how can we take what we were doing then and really enable it more broadly and really expand them to the world, to the patients that really need them?
Being able to afford a therapy should not be a condition of being able to be, get a drug, right? Caring for Us is a not-for-profit organization that's working to democratize and deliver at affordable price points the technologies that can make CAR T cells for academics and for other countries that might not have the same resources as, the United States or many of the countries in Europe, right?
And that type of a partnership is going to benefit from the legacy that Cytiva has built with other cell and gene therapy innovators, but now it's going to enable democratization and increased access and accessibility in these other regions of the world.
Biology is hard. It is enormously complex. Just understanding how everything works together is extremely difficult. We have to go back to basic research in the academics who aren't necessarily looking for a particular drug. They're just looking to understand human biology. And because there's so much innovation and creativity in this space, it's so important for a company like Cytiva to support this if we want to be there, not just for the current generation of biological therapies, but the next generation as well.